Monday, December 6th, 2021. Monday was a very typical day for me. I woke up, meditated, ate breakfast, and worked on scripting, filming, and editing a video. Click the cue card above to watch that video. Got the car stuck while filming those outdoor shots. Stayed in outdoor location an extra 20 minutes. Became a little frustrated.
God damn it.
Monday, we welcomed a new member to our family. This is Socks. He's a sweet, timid boy that loves cuddles, pettins, and shaking hands. Tuesday, enjoyed leftover Taco Bell for breakfast. If you have not tried the value menu's cheesy bean and rice burrito with Diablo sauce, you're definitely missing out. Watched Morgan's Vlogmas video for entertainment and then got ready to go babysit. Wednesday, the big interview. Remember Vlogmas day 2 when I hinted at something exciting happening? Well, Wednesday, December 8th was the day of my big interview. In the corporate world, job interviews happen every day. The dedicated individuals that undergo these rigorous trials are elite members of the world known as people. These are their stories. Bum 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 bum. Okay, so I've had to tell the story of my interview quite a few times. So I've been very discreet about all of this, and I was very hush-hush because I was excited about the job and I didn't want to jinx it. So I wasn't naming what company I was applying to and what position I was applying for. But I feel like in order to fully understand everything and just to be completely transparent, and a lot of the people in my life I've now opened up and have shared this information with them as well, so there's no point in keeping it a secret. So the position I'm applying for is the Buzzfeed Video Fellowship. It is a 6-month-long full-time position, and that is what I'm in the middle of applying for. And hopefully, if any of you ever apply to Buzzfeed in the future, this can give you some more clarity on what to expect going into the interview moving forward. So just by getting the email alone, I could kind of tell that this was going to be round 1 of a few interviews. Although after now having been through round 1, I feel like there's a better way to go about the hiring process and interview process just in general, because my entire interview was all summarized, or could all be summarized in my resume, cover letter, and application questions that I had to fill out. These were all already covered in that. So this was a 30-minute interview. Mine actually went a little bit less than 30 minutes. So this entire interview was irrelevant. So I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. On Vlogmas Day 2, you saw that I got the email saying I'd been accepted to interview with the first round. Okay. So at the time, I emailed them back right away. The person at Buzzfeed, I will not name names, who reached out to me, and I emailed him back, and I was just, polite, saying thank you for scheduling the interview with me. I'm really appreciative of it. However, the phone number that you have on file right now is no longer relevant to me. I've just updated my phone. This is my new number. This is where you can reach me. Okay, sent that off. Immediately get an email back saying, hey, out of the office this week. I was like, you know what? He'll get back in the office that Monday. So like 2 days before my actual interview. So I was like, I don't have to say anything else. I don't have to reach back out. He's going to get my updated number. All is well. But he did not end up checking his email, and he was late to the phone interview because he dialed my old number and didn't check his email with my new number at. It was 5 minutes past the time he was scheduled to call me, and I open up my laptop and I start typing out an email to him being like, hey, not sure if you got my email or not, but this is my new number. As I was typing that out, I do get a call from him. It's a New York number, so I know like, hey, this is it. Answer the call. Nice, pleasant. It was 5 minutes of him kind of like talking at me about the company, their milestones that they just accomplished, and it was just like him spitting all of this information out. It was one of those where I was gonna try and make it more personal and make it more of a conversation instead of him just spitting stuff out, but that was not happening. It was just him talking for 5 minutes straight basically, and me just like occasionally giving the But whatever, I digress, that's fine. It really got me, and I did not appreciate, because as I mentioned earlier, I spent over an hour prepping before the interview over what the interview was gonna be. And there's no sign exactly what to expect with the 30-minute interview. So like you're kind of just like in no man's land. So I went over all the bases. I thought of everything that he could potentially question me about. I came up with new video concepts to pitch to him on the spot, like I went and I over-prepared for this interview. So whenever the guy interviewing me makes a comment over what this position is really about, what they're trying to accomplish within it, and I make a point that ties back to the application, the guy says, oh, I don't know anything about that because I don't know. I didn't look at the application and what you guys had to do and fill out. So here I am speaking with this man who doesn't even know like what we as applicants had to do, and it was something that I was trying to connect and tie back to the application process because I was trying to get like an understanding, and he had no idea what I was talking about. So that kind of like threw me a little bit. The interview didn't really go too well. I don't think it went horribly, but that was like another little like strike that kind of threw me for a loop. And then afterwards, he asked me basic questions like, are you legally authorized to work in the US? And will you now or in the future require sponsorship? Basic questions like that. And how do you organize your time? So the interview basically frustrated me. It was not my best interview, and the way he explained it to me is if this one interview did not go well, I will not move on to round 2, and there goes my potential to work with Buzzfeed and join their team. I'm a little annoyed because this man was not fully prepared for the interview, and I was, and I'm typically a great interviewee, and I make it personal. I connect both parties. I have the information. I come prepped and prepared, and it was not my best interview experience. And it definitely sucks because this is an interview for a job that I actually really want, and it could be a really big opportunity for myself, and I think it would be a really good opportunity for their company as well. And now I'm having to wait a week to hear back from to see if I have progressed and moved on to the second round of interviews. Thursday, not a lot going on at the moment. I worked out with these 3 workout videos and watched the Sex and the City reboot just like that. Heads up, there are definitely some spoilers alert. Excuse if I look down in this video. I have a list of notes of everything that I wanted to talk about and cover with the 2 episodes that just aired with the Just Like That premiere. So far, I'm not really sure what to make of the reboot. I did like it. There were parts that I definitely really enjoyed, and I think that the style is incredible, and I think that a lot of it has stayed true to the originality of the show. So far, I'm not really sure what to make of the show. It's weird to see the modernization of the show with the podcast segment that they've integrated into a larger part of the show. And it's also kind of weird to see Carrie acting as an influencer. I don't know. I mean, it's totally up her alley, and I guess it makes sense, and you've got to adjust with the time. So I don't know, it kind of threw me off for a second. I will say I hate the direction that they've taken Miranda's character. It's been a few years since I've watched Sex and the City all the way through, or even just the later seasons, but I don't remember Miranda being so reactive and unable to read a room. It's like she just completely just like doesn't have a filter and just speaks it out, and it's really uncomfortable as a viewer to watch and witness. And then, not gonna lie, definitely miss Samantha. I miss Samantha's character. I will say I'm glad the way they handled writing her part out of the show. I'm glad they didn't kill her off. Wasn't really that shocked that they killed Big off, and it's definitely a downer to watch coming back after all these years. But I'm not mad at the doors that it now is able to open up and the conversations the show's now gonna be able to have with Big's absence. Because I mean, now it opens the door for anyone that's been a widower or anyone trying to date in this modern time as an older woman, and giving different perspectives and different storylines instead of making it this cookie cutter like happy ending and this is Carrie and Big's relationship continued on throughout the years. I think it did a good glimpse at setting the stage for how their relationship has progressed over the years, and you know, I think their relationship's definitely been covered in the series and the show really well. So I'm not surprised to see his absence, but it was definitely, I didn't think they were going to do it like first episode, so that kind of threw me. And obviously the funeral was super chic, and of course I would expect nothing less from Carrie. So overall, I'm really excited to see where the show goes, and I'm looking forward to see the evolution of the show and the style within the show. I think it's nice to have these women age as they naturally are. And that's what I think of Just Like That so far with those first 2 episodes. On to the rest of the video. Friday. Worked on a secret project and watched old reruns of movies.
And not expect everybody to remember that.
Saturday. Spent the day celebrating my nephew's first birthday. Sunday. went grocery shopping with mom at Walmart, and baked a cake for a friend's birthday. The cake was funfetti with milk chocolate frosting. I turned my back on the cake for 2 minutes to let it cool, only to find Mr. Kitty standing on and eating one of the 2 cake layers. And that was my week. I hope you all enjoyed this week's video. Please go ahead and like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all had a great week. Bye!